years, I tried to convince myself I tried to become Christian. I mean, I went to Seventh-day Adventist, Mormon, Quaker, Southern Baptist, Roman Catholic, Greek Orthodox. I don't know exactly how many different sects, how many different churches I went to trying to find the truth of Christianity. And I always kept coming up against the same thing. I always kept liking some part of it, but having trouble with others. And when it came down to the tenets of faith, I would talk to the priests and I would say, well, how about this? And they couldn't explain it. And how about that? And they couldn't explain that. And well, what about this? And they'd kind of shrug their shoulders, and I'd just say, well, you know, thanks anyway, and move on to the next congregation. It wasn't until I found Islam that all of my questions were answered. And it wasn't until I found Islam that peace entered my heart, and I realized that this was where all of the pieces of the puzzle came together.
What were some of these, I'm sure the viewers want to know, what were some of these questions that you had that they weren't able to answer when you were going to some of these higher-ups in the church?
Well, you'll find these as central themes in my books, but the simplest ones were simply that I didn't find foundation to the tenets of faith. Okay, like for example, the Trinity. It is not mentioned anywhere in the Bible. Nowhere do you find the word Trinity. It was a doctrine that was derived 300 years after the time of Jesus. And in my simple mind, I just thought, well, if this were a true doctrine, you would have thought that Jesus Christ would have spoken about it explicitly. So I would ask for justification. You know,